What's up, everybody? It's your boy L Slack again, and you're watching The Vulgar Uplander. I'm stoked, man. Bermuda, it was a thing. It was a real fucking thing. We went there. Now, we didn't get lucky. I didn't get lucky when I was able to sign in at 9 o'clock. I was at work. I can't have my phone like inside the facility that I work at. So I grabbed my phone and I was in the break room where I can have it. And it's like a fucking cement fortress in there. So like the service is terrible. It was bad. So I signed in and I fucking, they put me in like the water, and so I had like the worst starting point. Like I had to wait for it to go live, and then I had to wait for something to get minted, and then I had to try to teleport over there, and it was, by that point it was too late because the fucking whole place minted out in like seconds. It was nuts. So anyway, I didn't get a chance at it because my little block explorer fucking floated off into the water. So anyway, we'll try again another time. But I'm super stoked that it's legit. We got a fucking Bermuda thing. We're like 2/3 of the triangle complete. So I wonder if maybe they'll complete it. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yeah, that's pretty exciting. I'm really stoked for everybody that got in and got your properties in Bermuda and put up your fucking crazy fantasy buildings. And hopefully when life and whatnot comes around, that like the trees will sway like they say and all that jazz. So yeah, man, it's fucking rad. I love that. The joke that is, hey, we're gonna make this look like a joke, but hey, it's not a joke, and joke's on you because you thought we were fucking with you, and then everybody that went gets a badge. That was pretty dope. So I was like, all right, man, I'll pay my, $1,600 upix for my flight to Bermuda and back for a badge. I'm down with that. Hell yeah, hook it up. So all of you that doubted Bermuda was real, eat a bag of turds. All of you that thought Bermuda was real, you're a legend and you're amazing, and good on you for being true to yourself and following your own path. This could have easily went the other way too. You could have been eating a bag of turds as well. But fortunately, I was on the right side of the turd bag, and I don't have to eat any, so good on me, and good on you if you went. So anyway, that was a lot of fun. I was really stoked about that. I was a little bummed, obviously I couldn't mint anything in there, but it looks like there'll be some more opportunities later, which I will plan on trying to mint then as well. So that'll be exciting. I still believe that Paris is coming. Like I said, all the steampunk shit and the connection with steampunk in Paris is too strong. And then you got this Paris meetup thing happening. So I think all signs point to Paris. So that will be pretty rad. So I look forward to that. I can't wait to get my Paris block explorer, however they want to deliver that to me, whether I gotta pay for it or they have some challenge like before and you can go around doing, I don't know, a minting challenge. I don't fucking know. Anyway, but I look forward to it because I think those things are kind of cool. So yeah, Paris, it's coming. Like I said before, phone, don't fuck with me. So can I rant on this what has nothing. I have something I just need to talk about, but it has nothing to do with Upland. But just hear me out. So yesterday, first of all, what a fucked off day yesterday was. Okay. So I go to work, and in the work that I do, like, you gotta have staff there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, no matter what the day is. It doesn't matter. People always have to be there. So when we're short-staffed, sometimes people have to get forced to continue working. It's a really unfortunate, shitty situation, but it happens, especially lately, all too often. So yesterday, there were, we call them mandates. You're mandated to work. You sign a contract that says that, hey, yeah, this is something that is part of the job, so it's not like you didn't know it could possibly happen. So it happened yesterday for 3 people. So I manage one of the units, one of 2 units, and I relieved one of the staff. I said, all right, hey, it sucks that you got to get mandated. You worked overtime yesterday. I'll relieve you. I'll cover you till 6 o'clock when there was a relief staff coming in. So I took over one of the mandates. 2 other people got mandated. It is what it is, right? So I'm working. I'm supposed to get off at 6 o'clock. 5 o'clock rolls around, and the inmates that I work with decide they want to test me. Now, they don't really ever get to work with me in the capacity that I'm a line staff. They work with me in the capacity that I'm the manager, and I mostly deal with staff, and I mostly deal with, like, operational things. So being a line staff and dealing with the everyday youth stuff, they're not used to that, and they thought that, we're gonna get this dude. Well, they were wrong. Anyway, but because they were wrong, and I've been doing this job for a while, I know what it takes to deal with that bullshit. And unfortunately, anybody that's ever worked in this field knows that shit tends to take some time. So if you want to do it the right way, you got to put the time in. You can't just be like, hey, fuck you, kid. You're out of here, and then walk away and leave the mess for somebody else to clean up. You got to clean up your own mess, especially if you want to have some respect from your coworkers. Anyway, as the manager, I got to lead by example. So anyway, so these kids tried to test me, and it went south, kind of for everybody for a period of time. Got through it just fine, but I ended up staying at work about 2.5 hours longer than I wanted to, trying to do things the right way. So that part sucked. So I was off to a bad start there. I was tired as fuck. I get a call earlier in the day. My wife calls me and says, hey, the school called me, and the principal says I gotta come to the school right away. So my wife calls me. I made a meeting with my boss. Tells me about hold on one second. Do not disturb. Tells me about the bullshit my son just did at school, and she had to come and have a conference all of a sudden. So I'm fucking fired up about that. And then all this shit at work happens. And then, so I get off work about 8:30. It takes me, close to 2 hours to drive home. I get home about 10 o'clock. And my wife tells me about our dogs and how we had a cooler because my wife went to the coast for the day, and so she took some food, and the cooler was sitting outside. And there were some grapes in there, and I don't know why, but whatever. She left the cooler out, and our dogs got in there, ate all the fucking grapes. And if you don't know, grapes are pretty poisonous for dogs. So we're like, fuck. And we gotta monitor our dogs now and fasten them to see if they're gonna get sick or something. It was a whole thing. And then my brother-in-law, who's staying with us for like a week while he's in transition to this new apartment he's getting, was like, hey, did you talk to your wife about the crazy shit that happened today? I'm like, what are you talking about, the dogs? She's like, no. I'm like, our son? No. he's like, just go talk to your wife. So I go in there, talk to my wife. And so our neighbor kid, I guess our neighbor's children were throwing rocks at our trailer. And my son's out there, and he's young. And the neighbor kids like steal, his birthday was the other day. They steal a drawing that one of his friends drew for him. And he's upset because the neighbor stole it. And now the neighbors are throwing rocks at our trailer. He then retaliates and throws a rock into their yard. They start flipping out. My wife has to go out there and deal with it. She goes over to the neighbor's house to try to squash the beef with getting the parents involved. The kid answers the door, says their parents aren't there. And then she's like, well, you know, give your parents my number, please, and have them text me or call me, yada, yada, yada. The kid's like, oh, my parents aren't going to be home tomorrow. All the bullshit, right? So then my wife gets a text from a number saying, hey, this is, you know, the parents of your neighbor kid. What's going on? The whole thing basically being really shitty to my wife, saying, yeah, you know, you need to get your kids in check and all this other bullshit. And I agree with my daughter, and you shouldn't be doing this, and you shouldn't be doing that. And, you know, my wife's trying to smooth things over. I don't want to have an issue. Anyway, and then the person on the that's texting her says, actually, because it's starting to escalate a little bit, and they go, oh, hey, actually, this isn't my mom. This isn't the neighbor. This is the kid. I'm really sorry. I don't want to have any issues. I'll be nice to your kids from now on. Please don't call CPS on my parents. And we're like, what the fuck is happening here? And CPS, Child Protective Services. This kid's like 14 years old, I guess. Just trying to lie to my wife. And so my wife's just like, okay, I'm gonna come talk to your mom. I'm gonna be over tomorrow to talk to your mom or whatever. So this whole drama, there's some fucking drama. And then this morning I'm leaving to go to work, and our neighbor that, you know, the kid we're having issues with, the parent is out there like picking up rocks that are on the sidewalk. You know, my kids are messy. We have rocks where our trailer is. And so she's like throwing them into my yard. And I'm just like, oh my God, this is gonna be a nightmare. We're gonna have some sort of neighborly dispute. It's gonna just turn into a fucking shit show. So that was yesterday, and now into today, and I'm on my way back to work. But I just can't believe the audacity of some of these fucking kids, man. It's mind-blowing. Just you know, I feel like I'm that, you know, when you're young and you're like, man, you old crotchety motherfuckers, and I'm never gonna be this old shitbag adult. And then you turn into an old shitbag adult that's into fucking property trading games and trying to protect your kids from the mean neighbor girl. And then these fucking kids who I just cannot fucking believe have the gall to pretend to be their parents and try to have a mature adult conversation and lets it go fucking south. And then they don't know how to handle it, so they have to out themselves like, oh, I'm just a kid, I'm sorry I fucked up. And now they probably skewed some story to their parents to paint this picture that the neighbors, me and my wife, are some sort of fucking child abusing, you know, monsters that talk shit to 14-year-old girls or some fucking crazy thing. Oh my God, it's awesome. It is the greatest thing. Life, man, it's a roller coaster. You know what I'm saying? thank God I got the distraction of this beautiful game of Upland where I can immerse myself in the community and other content and fantasy worlds and whatever else Upland has to offer. You know, the bullshit of totems and fucking, you know, gamified earnings and weird season passes and all the things is so trivial in retrospect to, you know, your daily normal life bullshit. It's you know, it really puts things into perspective. Whoa, Tacoma, this car in front of me is like swerving all over the road. It really puts things in perspective. You know, you got me over here bitching about fucking property trading games, and I gotta deal with fucking crazy 14-year-old girl neighbors pretending to be their parents, making, you know, 11-year-olds cry because they stole their drawings. So, isn't life great? Isn't it wonderful? Anyway, I'm on my way to work. Apparently I have a meeting at 9 o'clock I didn't know about. I just found out. My coworker texted me. I said, hey, I'm going to be a little bit late today. I've been dealing with some shit. And they're like, well, we have a meeting at 9 o'clock. Well, it looks like I'm going to be late to that meeting. Whatever. Not any skin off my back, to be honest with you. So, anyway, thanks for listening to me jibber jabber on about my random bullshit, my real life, my IRL things. What is this guy doing? Are you pulling over or are you turning? I don't know. No, it looks like he's turning. That was weird. He like pulled onto the shoulder of the road like way the fuck early, and was just riding into the shoulder for some reason for like 100 yards or more, 200 yards. It was weird. Anyway, yeah. So I hope your guys' days are going way the fuck better than you know, my day and a half so far. I'm gonna go into work and continue cleaning up you know, the mess that was created yesterday. But I ain't no bitch. I ain't gonna let nobody punk me out for free. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. I love my job. I do. I actually do really like my job. It's a lot of fun. It's very exciting a lot of times. And you know, I don't let that stuff get to me. But like I was telling my brother-in-law, who's sleeping on my couch currently, I said, I don't let nobody punk me out for free. If you're gonna try to punk me out, you gotta pay for it. And they did. You know, but of course, I gotta handle that with, you know, a little care and concern, because, you know, it's not like adult correction. I work with juveniles. I do work with adults as well, but they start off as juveniles and they stay up until they're 25 years old. But we do treatment, and we do try to set them up for being successful members of the community when they are released, because typically most of our youth or most of our inmates do get released because they are committed as juveniles, and none of them, because they were sentenced as juveniles, have long-term mandatory sentencing. Well, some of them do, but very few of them. So even if they have like a life sentence, when they're convicted at like say 15 or 16 years old, it's like 35 years. You know, they're still getting out at like 50 potentially, or with the new law that passed in Oregon, they get a mandatory second look hearing through halfway through their sentence. So, I mean, if you're looking at like 17 years, if you committed a heinous crime at 15 years old and you get a life sentence of 35 years, you're looking at a mandatory second look at 17 years in. You're only like 32 years old with the potential of getting out. So we got to do our piece, you know, while they're young, and hopefully we can, you know, help them develop their brains appropriately and not become too institutionalized. So anyway, it's not your typical what you see on TV correctional institution. So it does have pieces of that, but you know, anyway, I'm not going to get into that too much. Anyway, you got to correct some thinking errors, if you know what I mean. I know some of you do. Like I said, thank God for Upland. Anyway, I'm back in Detroit. Doing Detroit things. I gotta go get a blossom structure ornament from the Eye of Detroit here soon. I'm gonna put some things in Spark Tycoon. I gotta get those nodes rocking and rolling, so that way I can make some of them monies. I can improve my earnings, so I can do more cool shit. Yeah, so that's where I'm at. We just flew back to Detroit. I had to fly to Chicago from Bermuda, and then, you know, take my train into the old Detroit. So anyway, I got two of my things out of the way, two of my cities, I think 2 of 5 already, by going to Chicago and then Detroit. And then I might just cruise in my car and just, you know, make some trips to some other local places, you know, for the funsies. You know, since I got the car and it's free while I'm at work, maybe I'll just cruise somewhere and then come back, and then cruise somewhere and then come back. Anyway, that's that. So I hope everything's going well for everybody else in the world. I have been so busy the last couple days, I haven't got to get on Twitter or X. I haven't been able to make a proper downstairs video on the computer yet, but I will maybe tonight. No, probably not tonight. What is today? Today's Tuesday. You know what today is? Hey, today we're getting a fucking Blossom thing. They're gonna launch a thing today. It's Tuesday, the 2nd. What a glorious thing. What a glorious day. If you burned your pass, you get a fucking drop today. So let's see what kind of cool shit they give us. They start us off with this season. Hopefully it's better than what they started off with last season. I need something to get me excited, to get me fucking jacked. Bermuda, what a big fucking win. That's a big, I love it. I love that whole thing they did there. It really turns me on in all the right ways, you know. Really gets those, what are they called, endorphins? Just pumping, man. Just, yeah, fucking Bermuda, I was right. You know, it feels good to be right. Be on the right side of the turd bag. So, anyway, folks, I'm gonna let you go. I'm done with my ranting. I'm gonna continue driving on this beautiful, beautiful Tuesday morning, 8:27 a.m. The sun is shining. The air is cool. The clouds are bursting with cloudy softness. And I got a Starbucks to drink, everybody. So I'm gonna suck that down before I get to work. So thank you for sticking with it. You know, if you got some commiserating you want to do with me, leave that shit in the comments. I want to hear all about it. I want to hear all about whatever crazy bullshit you got going on in real life. Or if you've had some something wild happen this week, tell me about it. Tell me. I want to hear about it. If you got some cool shit, maybe I'll hug something your way, or we'll make a trade for something. It might be fun. Yeah, leave something cool in the comments, and if it's cool, I wanna see it, and I'll shoot you a thing. So anyway, thanks for watching. I don't know, check you soon. I may not be at work tomorrow, and if that's the case, I'll probably make a proper video in the downstairs. We'll see what happens. So anyway, all right, everybody, thanks a bundle, and I'll check you later. Peace.